At just 14 years old, Adam Smith embarked on his academic journey to Glasgow University, setting the stage for a life dedicated to intellectual pursuits that would redefine economic thought. Leaving Scotland for England at 19, Smith immersed himself in the academic rigors of Oxford University, where he honed his intellect and prepared to make profound contributions to philosophy and economics. Returning to Scotland in 1752, Smith was appointed to the chair of logic at the University of Glasgow, later becoming professor of moral philosophy, where he would influence a generation of thinkers. At the tender age of 20, Adam Smith arrived at Oxford University to continue his studies, where he immersed himself in the works of philosophers like John Locke and David Hume. Returning to Scotland after 5 years at Oxford, Smith found himself appointed as chair of logic at Glasgow University in 1752, followed by the position of professor of moral philosophy soon after. From 1764 to 1766, Smith travelled across Europe as a tutor to the Duke of Buccleuch's nephew, which provided him with invaluable experiences in observing economic systems abroad, shaping his future work on the wealth of nations. At just 14 years old, Adam Smith entered the hallowed halls of Glasgow University, where he would begin his intellectual journey that would shape economic thought for centuries to come. Smith moved to England at 19 to study further at Oxford University, where he immersed himself in classical philosophy and began forming his own intellectual framework. At 29, Smith returned to Scotland and was appointed as Professor of Logic at Glasgow University, later becoming Professor of Moral Philosophy. Here he would continue his deep philosophical inquiries into human behavior and society. As Professor of Moral Philosophy at the University of Glasgow, Adam Smith's mind was constantly engaged with questions of ethics and society. Inspired by European travels as a tutor, Smith began to formulate ideas that would challenge the economic norms of his time. Smith's work, The Wealth of Nations, would go on to shape the future of capitalism, emphasizing free market principles as essential for national prosperity. At Glasgow University, Adam Smith's intellect blossoms as he delves into moral philosophy and economics, laying the groundwork for his future theories. In 1759, Smith publishes The Theory of Moral Sentiments, exploring human empathy and morality in society, a foundational work that anticipates his economic theories. Smith travels across Europe as tutor to the Duke of Buccleuch's nephew, witnessing firsthand the economic vitality and social interactions that fuel his ideas on commerce and society. In the quiet of his study, Adam Smith ponders the complexities of wealth and trade, shaping ideas that would soon challenge the economic norms of his time. Smith's magnum opus takes shape amidst the intellectual fires of 18th century Scotland, ready to ignite global economic thought. Smith's theories are put to the test in the vibrant markets of Scotland, where he finds evidence for his ideas on free trade and economic freedom. In his early 40s, Adam Smith grapples with the complexities of human nature and economic systems, laying the groundwork for The Wealth of Nations. Returning to his hometown after years abroad, Smith reflects on his journey and the transformative power of free market principles. As a professor, Smith shapes future thinkers through rigorous academic debate and innovative ideas, sowing seeds for economic revolutions. In the late 1760s, Adam Smith lectured and wrote extensively on economics during his travels through Europe, laying the groundwork for The Wealth of Nations. Returning from Europe, Adam Smith resumed his teaching post at the University of Glasgow, where he began to articulate his revolutionary ideas on free market principles. As he completed The Wealth of Nations, Smith's work challenged the conventional wisdom of his time, emphasizing that free market principles were key to national prosperity. In the quiet solitude of his study, Adam Smith pores over manuscripts, shaping ideas that would soon redefine economic thought. As professor of moral philosophy, Smith inspires and challenges his students with fresh perspectives on ethics and society. Smith's relentless pursuit of knowledge leads him through the vast halls of academia, seeking the truth that would inform the wealth of nations. As Smith delves deeper into economics, he struggles to articulate his groundbreaking ideas amid skepticism from academic circles. Smith's theories are rooted in real-world observations of commerce and human behavior, challenging the prevailing economic doctrines of his time. Returning to his birthplace for reflection, Smith continues refining his ideas on free market principles that will one day transform economies worldwide. In the quiet solitude of his study, Adam Smith delves deeply into the intricacies of wealth creation and market dynamics. Inspired by the economic pulse of Scotland's capital, Smith begins to formulate his ideas on the invisible hand guiding market forces. At Glasgow University, Smith shares his revolutionary economic theories, laying the groundwork for modern capitalist thought. Smith's academic career flourished as he delved deeper into moral philosophy and economics, but his dedication often led to intense moments of frustration and contemplation. During his years of teaching and writing, Smith grappled with the complexities of economic systems and human behavior, often working late into the night to refine his theories. As he contemplated national prosperity and economic freedom from his vantage point, Smith's ideas began to take shape into what would become the Wealth of Nations. In 1752, Adam Smith was appointed to teach logic at the University of Glasgow. He later transitioned to moral philosophy, laying the groundwork for his future endeavors. During his travels across Europe from 1764 to 1766, as tutor to the Duke of Buccleuch's nephew, Smith gathered insights that would shape the Wealth of Nations. In the years following his travels, Smith lectured and wrote extensively on economics, developing the revolutionary ideas that would transform our understanding of wealth and markets. In 1764, Adam Smith traveled to France as tutor to the Duke of Buccleuch's nephew, immersing himself in Enlightenment thought and debates that would shape his economic theories. Smith's time in Europe exposed him to diverse economic systems and philosophical ideas, fueling his intellectual curiosity and deepening his understanding of human nature and markets. Returning from Europe, Smith began lecturing on economics and commerce at the University of Glasgow, laying the groundwork for the Wealth of Nations. Smith's work on The Wealth of Nations intensifies as he grapples with complex economic theories that will reshape the world. Amidst nature's tranquility, Smith reflects on the economic disparities of society and seeks to find balance through his ideas. With unwavering commitment, Smith dedicates himself to his work, pouring his thoughts into The Wealth of Nations as an enduring testament to human progress. Returning from Europe, Smith lectures and writes extensively, honing ideas that would revolutionize economic thought. In the quiet solitude of his study, Smith's mind is abuzz with economic principles that challenge the status quo. In Edinburgh's markets, Smith gathers first-hand knowledge that shapes his understanding of economic realities. As Adam Smith's ideas spread across Europe, he continued to refine his theories in Kirkcaldy, his work illuminating the path towards economic freedom and national prosperity. In 1778, Adam Smith was appointed Commissioner of Customs for Scotland, marking the end of his academic career but not his intellectual influence on the world. Throughout his life, Adam Smith's lectures on moral philosophy and economics inspired many to rethink the foundations of economic systems and societal values. As Adam Smith labored over his writings in the quiet of his study, the ideas that would shape economic theory began to take form. Smith's intellectual journey was enriched by the works of philosophers and economists before him, each page a stepping stone to new understanding. In conversations and lectures, Smith honed his theories, engaging with the academic community to refine his ideas on wealth and markets. As professor of moral philosophy at Glasgow, Adam Smith's teachings were already stirring intellectual circles in Scotland. After years of lecturing and travel, Smith returned to focus on his magnum opus, The Wealth of Nations. In the quiet of his study, Adam Smith transformed economic theory with The Wealth of Nations, forever changing how we view wealth and markets. In the years following his travels through Europe, Adam Smith lectured and wrote extensively on economics, refining his ideas that would later form The Wealth of Nations. Smith's work during this period was revolutionary, challenging traditional mercantilist views and laying the groundwork for free market principles. In 1776, Adam Smith published The Wealth of Nations, forever changing how nations view wealth and markets, marking a pivotal moment in economic history. As Commissioner of Customs for Scotland from 1778 onwards, Adam Smith found himself juggling administrative duties while contemplating his magnum opus, The Wealth of Nations. Despite his new role, Smith continued to reflect on economic systems and the invisible hand that guides market forces toward prosperity. In the years following his appointment, Adam Smith pored over economic theories and observed market behaviors, refining his ideas for The Wealth of Nations. In 1764, Adam Smith left for Europe as a tutor to the Duke of Buccleuch's nephew, allowing him extensive travel through France and Switzerland. This journey provided him with valuable insights into different economic systems abroad. During his travels, Smith engaged in conversations with leading intellectuals, philosophers, and economists, absorbing their ideas and contributing to the intellectual discourse of the time. Smith returned from Europe enriched with new ideas, which he diligently worked on upon his return to Scotland. His writings during this period laid the foundation for The Wealth of Nations. In 1776, Adam Smith's magnum opus, The Wealth of Nations, was published, forever altering the discourse on economics and society. Smith's lectures and writings during this period laid the groundwork for modern capitalist economics, advocating for free market principles as engines of prosperity. Smith's revolutionary ideas were not confined to academia. He applied them rigorously in practical settings, understanding that true economic theory must reflect real-world dynamics. In the quiet of his study, Adam Smith labors to refine his ideas on free markets and economic freedom, each word a seed for future prosperity. Smith's lectures captivate students and scholars alike, sowing the seeds of economic thought that would soon ripple across nations. As Smith takes on his role at the Scottish Customs Office, he leaves academia behind but continues to shape economic policy through administrative influence. In the quiet of his study in Kirkcaldy, Adam Smith pens his groundbreaking ideas on economics, laying the foundation for The Wealth of Nations. During his travels as tutor to the Duke of Buccleuch's nephew, Smith absorbs the intellectual currents of Europe and refines his economic theories.
Smith transitions from academia to public service, appointed as Commissioner of Customs for Scotland, applying his theories to practical governance.
In 1776, Adam Smith published The Wealth of Nations, forever altering our understanding of economics.
Smith's theories were born from careful observation of real-world economics, not abstract thought alone.
Smith's ideas continue to shape economies across the globe, a testament to the enduring power of thoughtful inquiry. In 1778, Adam Smith retired from academia to become Commissioner of Customs for Scotland, marking a new chapter in his life and career.
Smith's appointment to commissioner allowed him to observe practical applications of his ideas on free market principles firsthand.
As his influence spread beyond academia to shape national policies, Adam Smith's ideas began their journey towards transforming global economies.
In the quiet confines of his study, Adam Smith pens down his final thoughts on the wealth of nations, reflecting deeply on the principles that would shape economies for generations to come.
Drawing from his travels across the continent, Smith meticulously notes observations and insights that would later be woven into his monumental work on economic theory. The Wealth of Nations was published in 1776 and has since become the cornerstone for understanding modern economic theory, influencing nations around the globe with its timeless wisdom. In 1776, Adam Smith completed The Wealth of Nations, a work that would reshape economic thought and herald the dawn of modern capitalism. Smith's ideas spread like wildfire among the mercantile and political classes, influencing policies from London to Paris.
Reflecting on his life's work, Adam Smith understood that his ideas would continue to shape the world long after he was gone.
In 1776, Adam Smith published The Wealth of Nations, forever altering our understanding of economics and national prosperity.
Smith's lectures and writings during his travels through Europe laid the groundwork for modern capitalist thought.
Appointed Commissioner of Customs for Scotland in 1778, Adam Smith dedicated himself to practical governance while continuing to influence the world through his ideas.
In his final years, Adam Smith poured his intellect into refining his ideas, crafting The Wealth of Nations as a testament to his enduring vision for economics and society.
As Commissioner of Customs for Scotland, Smith observed the intricate workings of trade and commerce from a new vantage point, enriching his understanding of national prosperity. Smith's legacy endures as a beacon for future generations, reminding us that through thoughtful inquiry and principled ideas, we can shape the course of history itself. In the quiet of his study, Adam Smith pens The Wealth of Nations, laying bare the principles of free market economics that would shape economies for centuries to come.
Smith's keen observations of daily life and commerce in Scotland provided crucial insights for his economic theories.
As Commissioner of Customs for Scotland, Smith applied his economic principles to practical governance, ensuring the prosperity of national trade. In 1776, Adam Smith completed The Wealth of Nations, laying down principles that would shape modern economies. Smith's lectures across Scotland sparked intellectual debates and inspired future economists with his ideas of free market principles.
Smith's legacy endures as a testament to the power of ideas in shaping global economies and societies for centuries to come.
In 1776, as revolutionary ideas roiled the world, Adam Smith finished The Wealth of Nations, laying bare the principles of free market economics that would transform societies across the globe.
Smith's revolutionary ideas challenged the status quo, and offered new hope for economic growth and social progress, igniting debates that continue to this day.
In Smith's vision, the invisible hand guides individuals in their self-interest towards societal benefit, shaping economies as naturally as rivers shape landscapes. In 1776, amidst the final touches to The Wealth of Nations, Adam Smith's revolutionary ideas on free market principles were poised to transform economic thought around the world.
As he prepared to publish The Wealth of Nations, Smith's rigorous examination of market dynamics challenged traditional economic thinking, paving the way for modern capitalism.
Reflecting on years of study and teaching, Adam Smith's vision for a prosperous society through free markets would leave an indelible mark on history, inspiring generations to come.
In 1776, Adam Smith published The Wealth of Nations, a seminal work that laid the foundation for modern capitalist economics.
From humble beginnings in Kirkcaldy to becoming a celebrated scholar, Smith's ideas continue to influence global economies today.
Smith's legacy reminds us that thoughtful inquiry can change the world, underscoring the power of ideas to shape societies.
In 1776, Adam Smith published The Wealth of Nations, forever changing economic theory with his insights on free markets and national prosperity. As a Commissioner of Customs for Scotland from 1778 onward, Smith transitioned into public service while continuing to influence economic discourse.
Smith's legacy lives on as an enduring symbol of how ideas can shape societies, leaving an indelible mark on global economies for centuries to come. Smith's life was one of dedication to the pursuit of knowledge, culminating in works that continue to shape economic thought today.
His ideas were not just academic musings, but practical insights that challenged the status quo and inspired future generations.
In his later years, Smith's legacy grew as his ideas spread across the world, embodying the power of thoughtful inquiry to transform society. In his later years, Adam Smith returned to his philosophical roots, reflecting on life's complexities and leaving an indelible mark on economic theory.
Despite retiring from academia in favor of public service, Smith's profound ideas continued to influence thinkers and policymakers around the world.
Smith's legacy endures as a testament to the power of insightful inquiry and ethical philosophy in shaping economic systems for future generations. In his later years, Adam Smith returned to Scotland and took up the role as Commissioner of Customs, though his heart remained with academia and intellectual pursuits.
His magnum opus, The Wealth of Nations, would go on to shape economic theory and practice around the world, cementing Smith's place as a father of modern economics.
Smith's legacy is an enduring reminder that thoughtful inquiry can change the world, underscoring the power of ideas to shape societies.